What's up with it? It's the boy Pushman Mitch, host of the No Fluff Podcast, aka Swag Whips. You already know the rest, and we got a very, very, very special guest today. Big Boss Brittany Bettini, aka the GOAT when it comes to VAs, when it comes to PR, pretty much anything to do with you getting better than you was before. All right, cool. So Brittany, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for
It's a
having
pleasure.
me.
Hey, look, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. She pulled up in that Lotus. I was outside. I'm like, who is this European ex-racer? Like, yeah. But it was a Lotus. Crazy pulled up. I was like, what is she doing? So what's up with the Lotus? Why you pull up in that?
All right, so I believe in experiences.
Okay.
So like when I'm at home, I drive a BMW X5 with a car seat in the back. I pick my kids up, A to B. When I leave town, my husband's always like, why every time you leave town, you drive the cool cars? But like I like to drive something fast, something flashy, because life is short and you get like one shot at it. So, you know, I can't even drive one of those where I live. I live in the mountains, so like the roads aren't built for foreigns and like race cars.
Oh man, that's a hell of a that's a good reason to think about. Like I'm pretty sure that's gonna inspire some people to have some experiences when they go out of town. Yeah. Me in particular, I go out of town and I'm an Uber Black guy. I used to get like I used to want to have the same thing that I got in Atlanta. Like I go and get a Rolls Royce when I go out of town, Lambo. Now I'm an Uber Black. Listen, I want to get in a Suburban. I want to get in an Escalade. So that's another experience that I don't get to have normally. Normally, I'm doing what you do out of town.
Normally, I'm an Uber Black person too, but like when I have like 9 places to go in Atlanta, I'm just like, I need a vehicle.
Facts. That's $900 on Uber Black if you don't know. No, just, but no, for real, like it really will add up, and you don't be noticing because when you're just going through the motions, it feel like you don't even know how much you spending. I looked at my Uber Eats bill.
Oh, don't do that.
I'm talking about my girl immediately started getting us meal prep.
Don't add any of that up.
No. My girl started ordering us meal prep. It's $150 a week, and now we are saving and also getting healthier.
That's good.
We're trying to get right. We're trying to make adjustments. Speaking of adjustments, so I look at you kind of like a person who like can take a person's business and then make adjustments, and that will take that person to like 5 or 6 figures automatically. Does that sound about accurate?
Yeah. So like what I do is I put a focus on publicity and systems. So those are the 2 major things in my businesses that help me grow from zero. I mean, 6 years ago, I was in a food pantry. So like in order to go from food pantry to multiple 7-figure companies in 6 years, you have to know exactly what to do and how to do it quickly and replicate that. So press and staff. Okay,
so let's talk about press first before we even go to the staff because we know you specialize in both. So how does press work? You were just telling me how you know how to retract stuff off of that was already printed. But how do we get stuff printed? Like, how do we make ourselves like more Googleable, our business, our brand? What do you start doing that?
So the first thing that you should do is write your own press releases. You don't have to go. Everyone thinks that they need to be featured in Forbes. It's fine. It's nice to say that. In my consultations, I'd be like, there's a reason I was featured in Forbes for customer service. Because people are like, oh, okay. But you can't start there. You have to kind of have like a baseline. So you can write your own press releases and then distribute them, and you'll be on Fox. And like if you go to someone's profile and it's like as seen on Fox and blah, blah, you can do that tonight. Like there's a website called ereleases.com, and you can literally go on that website, submit your press release, and it is live in 24 hours.
Jot that down. Yo. So we already got to something that you cannot Google. So make sure y'all tap or follow it more. Look, right now at this point, follow her on the gram already. So you already know. If you don't want to do it yourself, she can definitely help you out with that as well. So outside of the press, you said staff. Yeah. So me in particular, I have a team of virtual assistants, right? And I know she's so good at this that she actually sent me a DM making sure I had a team of VAs. And I actually respect that. I like when I see people who I actually work with and know that they actually are promoting their business and marketing to. Because like, what does she look like advertising to the consumers and not me, not checking on me, little old Pushman Mitch?
Absolutely.
So how does that work? How does VA staffing company work? Like, how does that work?
So the main thing is like a lot of entrepreneurs, when they're getting started and they start thinking about adding a team, they're already frustrated and they're already burnt out. So like, then you start trying to recruit somebody to help you grow your business and you're already mad. So like, when you're getting 9,000 applications, you're like, forget it. I'm not even going to mess with this. And so people end up not doing what they need to do in their business because of the frustration level. So we get rid of all of that. We do the training, we do the recruitment, we find the perfect people to help you, whatever position you need to be filled. And then you actually get to interview them. It's not like we just like, here's your VA, good luck.
What if you don't want to interview them though?
I mean, I can make an executive decision for you, but I like when I'm hiring people, it's not always about the expertise or how much experience they have. It's about a vibe, and it's about, are you trainable? Because I can teach you systems. I can teach you skills. I cannot teach you how to be a good person. I cannot teach you how to be loyal to me. Like, I want to talk to you on the phone. And, like, my judgment isn't always right.
But it's damn near.
But it's damn near good.
That's good. That's
good. It's in there.
So let's talk pain points then. So people are normally overwhelmed by trying to do staff. My mentees, they have to have a virtual assistant, at least one. So we normally tell them to hire an executive assistant first. They have to have one. But what is something that like literally that you hear all the time when people talk about hiring staff? What are they scared of mostly, or what are they worried about?
So before they get their staff, they're worried about that they be able to afford it. But when you have your staff doing income producing activities or freeing up your time, and then you take that time back to do income producing activities, it's an investment. Like, there should be a return on that investment, and you should get your money back immediately. Okay. Like, I was making this much money. I added 2 new team members. Now I'm making this much money.
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to work. After they have their VA, the biggest thing that I see is that people don't know how to be leaders.
That's a good one.
They do not have, they're like I'm the CEO. Of what? Of who? I mean, like, you are not even able to manage your own time. You don't know how to delegate tasks. So what I've incorporated into our program now is training the client on what to delegate, how to delegate it, how to communicate with your VAs, how to show appreciation to your VAs, how to be a good leader. Because I'm rated right now as one of the best places to work in the Philippines. My company goes viral on TikTok on a weekly basis because Filipino VAs want to work for my company because I treat them well. Like, we're offering training, we're giving them higher rate of pay than they could get anywhere else. And so I wanted to create not just a really great program for the client, because that's important, but like, when you're dealing with human beings as your product, are those human beings being treated well?
Exactly. Some people forget that they're people, but we got to do some defining here.
Okay.
So we're saying the word VA a lot. We're assuming that they know what that means.
It's a virtual assistant.
Okay, a virtual assistant. So this is anyone who can do what?
Anything from a phone or a computer for your business. So, like, in fact, it doesn't even have to be for your business. My VA planned my honeymoon. They go to school like things and like pretend to be me. I swear to God, like, for my kids' school stuff, they order things for me, my groceries, whatever makes your life easier so that you can operate in your genius.
I like it.
If you're not a graphic designer, why are you messing up your brand trying to pretend you're a graphic designer? Delegate that to someone who is a genius at that, and then you can focus on doing what you're good at.
Okay, so you said something about affordability, and then you said you're going to make them do like income producing things. But how much do you normally pay a virtual assistant, for people who don't know?
So if you're hiring directly, you're going to pay anywhere from $4 to $10 an hour, depending on how skilled that person is in a certain thing. Okay. Like, if you're looking for a video editor that like is top notch, you're going to pay more than if you're just hiring an executive assistant. Okay. If you're hiring a service like mine, like my service, everything's included for $10 an hour. So my fee's included in that, and we take care of everything for you, including your payroll, bonuses, birthday celebrations, team meetings, additional training, all that good stuff. So for just a little bit more, you're taking all the headache out of it. You don't have to worry about running payroll and figuring all that out.
It is a lot. It is a task. So
and when you look at it like this, like if you hired someone in Atlanta right now to be your personal assistant, how much do you have to pay that person?
Maybe $2, $3, $4 grand.
Okay, and then you got to cover them on workman's comp insurance, and you got to pay taxes on that if they're a W-2 employee.
Facts.
That doubles. Like you have to match W-2 wages, like taxes on a W-2 employee.
Okay.
Because I have 55 in-person employees too in my janitorial company.
Right.
So I know both sides of the ball, and it is expensive to hire people. If you're a startup right now and we're going through a recession, people want $20 an hour just to show up late with an iced coffee.
Man, ain't it crazy? They want $20 an hour to show up and steal time is what they're trying to do. So they literally like, so let's talk about stealing time. So these are people working in the Philippines. And how do you make sure that they're actually doing the work that they're supposed to be doing?
So we have a software system that takes screenshots every 10 minutes. And then I have a team in place to check them randomly. So we know if your VA is, and it also shows us a productivity levels. So like we know if your VA is actually working, or if they're watching YouTube, or if they're sleeping, or if they're working for somebody else. Because a lot of VA companies, they'll like place a VA with you to work for you, and they've placed that same with VA with 10 other clients. So they're juggling all these different clients. You're not getting a loyal VA, they can't manage that.
Right.
You can't manage your company alone, and now you got a VA managing 10.
Exactly.
So we monitor the back end, and then we monitor their clock ins, clock outs, break times, and then the software system we use shows us if they're actually like on their computer or if they're just chilling.
Just chilling. Okay. So how do you pay them?
So we pay them in Filipino pesos. So we use a software system called Wise, and it's available for anybody to use. So if you have a VA and you're struggling trying to figure out how to pay them, or if PayPal is giving you issues, because that is very common, you can use Wise, and you just load money into your USD account and then send it on.
Pay it on up. I was using PayPal at first, and then of course they take out more fees than Wise, so Wise, they like that more. So that's dope. So what about clocking in? Like, do you have a clock in system for them?
Yeah, you just want me to give you the whole list.
Not me. These innocent bystanders.
So we use Time Clock Wizard is the software system we use, and that's the one I was telling you like does the screenshots and everything. I think you pay per person using it. So it grows with your team, it grows with your company.
You sound like an expert at this.
I try to be.
A lot of people come to this podcast, and this podcast is called No Fluff, and they just fluff a lot. I just respect the unfluffiness of you.
Thank you.
It's crazy.
I've lost 40 pounds. I've been trying to get unfluffed all year.
Factual. I can tell you're not that fluffy. We're just gonna put it out there. All right, cool. So now I want to leave you with this. Now, as an entrepreneur, and we on this channel, I like to help the person coming up trying to become a business owner like you. You already been successful. You got event spaces, you got janitorial businesses, you got VAs, you got all these things going on. And we want to help this person who sees this and they get overwhelmed, but they do want to start and they want to be making money today. If you had to help a new person coming in, just watching this video, to watch this video and leave and be able to make some money from it, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to figure out one thing to do, to stop looking at all the shiny things and getting distracted, and pick one thing. Because what I've done is I've built one thing, scaled it, built another thing, scaled. I get bored after it's scaled. So I didn't just start them all at once. It's been a 6-year process. But just find one thing that you're good at, and then do what you're good at that thing, and then hire people as you build to help you. And it doesn't have to be a VA, but delegating things out. So if you're not good at branding, it can damage your whole company pretending like you are. Or if you're not good at sales, you hire someone who's a closer so that you can make more money. I just really believe in, I used to be a control freak, and I thought that no one could do it as good as me in my business. No one was allowed to do anything. Everybody was my employees were standing around looking at me like, can I help you with something? And I was like, nah, I got it. And I'm carrying a couch by myself. Quit carrying the couch by yourself and let somebody help you, because it weighs a lot less when you let the people help you carry it.
Okay, I'm a retarget this question.
Okay.
Because I don't think they made any money right there.
Okay.
But you did give them a great hack, focusing on one thing. And
yeah, let's make some money.
We got to give them some coins when they walk away. I want them to literally say, "Dang, I watched this episode of No Fluff, and Brittany, she taught me literally how to go out and make some money from this thing."
All right. So one thing that I was able to do is my VAs, they manage my social media. So if you hire your VAs to manage your social media, they have the skills and abilities to do it for you. Instead of paying them, you find clients, other people, your friends, other people who are trying to become like you or become like other entrepreneurs, and then you farm your team out to them. Now, not only are your friends and people that you know paying your team to manage your social media, you're now making a profit if you get enough people.
That's crazy. So basically what you just said is you're going to hire a social media team, put them on payroll. Then after they done turned your social media up, you'll just start advertising to your friends to do the same service that you're already doing for yourself. And you already locked in a pay rate with these people. So you ain't even got to increase how much you're paying them. And they're going to do the same job that they're doing for you. It's for the other people. Now that's how you go leave and make some extra money. So, but I want y'all to really pay attention to what she said. Just that one thing she said is just one part. She just said social media. Imagine if she did that with different members of her team when it comes to payroll, when it comes to every other aspect of her business that she runs. If she outsourced her very same staff and had them doing the same thing they're doing for her, for other people, how much more money would you make if you did that? That's how incredible that Jewel was. That's why we got it here. He's the big boss. The biggest boss. Yeah, I mean. So now, do you got anything coming up that you want to tell everybody about? Because I'm a fan of whenever you're having any type of event. So do you got anything you want to tell the people to come check out?
Right now I'm launching my Commercial Clean Academy, where I teach you how to start and scale a 7-figure janitorial company. I wanted to do something. I've had this program built. Actually, Marcus helped me build it. I've had it built for a year, and I never launched it just because I was trying to pivot out of the janitorial industry. But with the recession coming and everything being scary, janitorial is a recession-proof, pandemic-proof business. You can make real cash real fast. You can do it yourself. All you need is a mop and a bucket, Cardi B said. To go out and you can clean your friends' businesses or whatever and make money. And so it's something that helped feed my family, retired my parents and all that for the last few years. So I'm teaching that, and that's what I got going on right now.
Oh man, you ain't tell us nothing about that.
It's okay. I talked about that on another podcast earlier. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, that's dope. Nah, you know what's so cool about that is you never hear nobody speaking about that. So it's crazy. Yeah. That you're not speaking about it. But y'all
it's okay, I've been a janitor my whole life. I literally started from the bottom, cleaning toilets at night in the banks. I was in a magazine in a bank that I was cleaning. I was building my brand, and I was in the magazine as 40 under 40 trailblazers in North Carolina. And I'm laughing because I'm in there mopping the floor and I see the magazine. So I've been in the industry and done it for so long. I feel like I got burnt out, and I'm just kind of slowly getting the feel for it again because I'm reminiscing on the fact that this fed my family for a long time.
It's a real thing. A lot. So the reason why I like it though is because people don't understand. People always ask me, Mitch, man, what's the best business to get into? Should I join this business or this business? Airbnb? What's better? Toro or this? It's no better. It's just whatever you focusing on.
Right.
It can be plumbers. It can be janitors. All of these things. There are billionaire companies in all of those industries. So I like the fact that it's just something I haven't heard about. So
the real deal is this: no matter what I touch, it's going to turn to gold because I'm a hustler and because I don't quit and because I get out and do the work. So the real secret to having a successful business has nothing to do with what business it is or how much money you got or what your clothes look like. It has everything to do with whether or not you'll get your ass up and go out there and make it happen. And so I'm an executor.
Facts.
I will, whatever my coach says to do, I do it. A lot of our coaching clients, they're like, oh, I don't know, maybe. I'm like, why are you paying me to tell you what to do if you're not going to actually
That's a real situation.
It's crazy.
People really do that. They will literally tell you how to coach them. I'd be like, I don't know what we're here for, but I don't think it's the same thing as I thought it was. But no, you said something very powerful, and I want to close on that because people really just are trying to avoid the work.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to avoid the work. That's why they're looking for
quick.
That's why they're trying to look for the better industry, because there's no better industry. It's just the people in them. So it depends on how hard you're gonna work, how much time, how much effort, how much consistency, how much discipline. Yeah. So that's the thing about it, guys. So I want y'all to really realize what Brittany is saying is something that y'all can do. Y'all can be. She's a mirror for a lot of you women out there and a lot of you men out there. She can be the mirror. So if you don't think that you can do it, she's a mother. Yeah. She's a wife, and she's a
domestic violence survivor. I've been, I'm a ex-broke girl. Like you can do anything. It just really is the decision to get up and move.
Absolutely. So with that being said, this is No Fluff the Podcast. Brittany Bettini, the biggest boss you ever seen thus far. I'm going to drop her links below if you want to tap in and learn how to start your own janitorial business. If you need to get in contact with her for virtual assistance, she can definitely help you with the whole process. Thank y'all so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Share that team, man. We get now. Stop. We out.